Everyone, welcome to the Red Men TV. Yes, Liverpool drew with Arsenal, and I'm feeling quite good about it. I'm actually feeling quite good about a 0-0 draw, and that's been a little bit different to how I've been feeling. And if you'd have, put a camera in my face at half time, which I was on a watch long, so we did see a camera in my face at half time, you will have noticed, therefore, that I was feeling a little bit different, and I wasn't particularly enjoying I didn't enjoy the first 20 minutes of that game at all. And I really felt like Liverpool needed to put the foot on the ball a little bit more. And we did, and we took a spell of possession, maybe 5 minutes long, 20 minutes into the game or something. I think it started as a little bit of a counter-attack, and then we slowed it down, and we got a foothold in the game. And that foothold, it's like a rebellion. It's like Star Wars, isn't it? You just need that little bit of hope. And you need to see a little bit of proof that something can happen. And then that seed can grow into something more. And I think that's what we saw today. And, first of all, we just looked like, are we going to really just sit in here and low block it for 90 minutes? Because I don't trust that we can do that, to be honest. And I was nervous that was the game plan, and thankfully we just weathered the storm and we earned the right to play a little bit of football. Now, we had the better opportunities in that half. I felt we could have had a penalty given to us for a foul on Jeremy Frimpong in the area. At first glance, I thought he twisted his ankle, but I think the defender knocks into him, and you've got to ask the questions. Why wasn't that looked at? And if a fella kicks another fella and it stops him getting the ball and it knocks him over, is that not a penalty? Because I'm sure I've seen penalties given like that. We then had a little bit of a mistake. I think it was Saliba playing the ball back to Raya, and he massively overplays it, doesn't know where Raya is. Ball breaks to Conor Bradley after a good run from Conor Bradley, actually, and a through ball to Jeremy Frimpong. And then the ball breaks to Bradley and he hits the crossbar, and then we have Gakpo on the follow-up and he's not able to get a decent shot off, and didn't work the goalkeeper, but, we hit the bar, and it looked, penalty opportunity earlier on. Maybe that was later, I'm not sure. Obviously, I don't know, we had the better opportunities. I think it's great play by Milos Kerkez at one point during that half. Absolutely fantastic. When Saka works really hard to get inside, gets ahead of him, gets ahead of Kerkez, and he's second best at that point. But I think Kerkez sticks to it, has a little bite, doesn't get there, has a second one, blocks the shot. That was Arsenal's best attempt all game, and the shot doesn't go anywhere because Kerkez sticks to his task. And my word, by the way, did Milos Kerkez stick to his task all throughout that entire game. I thought he was brilliant against Saka. Apart from that one time he goes down to his knee and has a wild swing, and then Saka goes flying along the byline and past McAllister, and that for me was like no, that was the only time really. And then when Saka goes off, Madueke comes on, and I thought Kerkez did brilliantly again, to the point where in the 94th, 95th minute or whatever it was, he stops Madueke from getting a cross in. There is a corner that is given away, and Gabriel knocks the ball wide there. But apart from a couple of pretty timid shots in the final few minutes, the second half was brilliant, genuinely brilliant from Liverpool, and didn't have those, I say genuinely brilliant. Okay, it was good. It was good because we controlled the game. It was good because we put Arsenal on the back foot, but we still struggled in the final third. So I take back brilliant before you jump on me for it. We were good in the second half, and we controlled the game, and we completely outplayed Arsenal to the point, but we couldn't get the job done. Jeremy Frimpong, over and over, time and time again, giving, first of all, Nkape issues, then Lewis Kelly issues. I mean, just over and over, he was the difference maker for me in a Liverpool side there. And what is that key difference? That key difference is pace and willingness to run in behind time and time again. So in that regard, Slot gets his side absolutely perfect with Frimpong out there providing that sort of vertical stretch that Liverpool needed tonight. I thought the application by Liverpool off the ball, out of possession, to get back in first half, to the willingness to be part of that low block and then build on that in the second half. Again, the application's there from everybody. Conor Bradley, oh my goodness, I hope it looked like a bad one, that, didn't it? We were talking on the watch long, is it a potential ACL? It could have been Achilles is another one. It could have been. It looked a bad one though, and Martinelli should be, locked up for that nonsense at the end, throwing the ball at him. First of all, he's done a bad injury, throwing the ball at him, and then you're trying to push him off the pitch. You need to grow up, mate. That's absolutely pathetic. No, you're trying to win a Premier League and stuff like that, but like, show some fucking respect at the same time, you divvy. I thought Canati did brilliantly as well today. You know, I was a couple of times in that first half where he kept following Gyökeres into midfield and was miles away from him. And I was a little bit concerned about what type of performance we were going to see. But in that second half, mate, when he needed to, he stepped up. One right at the end where he gets a brilliant, gets ahead of Gabriel Jesus in the penalty area, important. Virgil van Dijk, imperious. Headed everything away, didn't he? Kerkez was superb. McAllister probably had his best game in a long time in the middle of the park for us. I thought we played to his strengths. He was tenacious in the tackle. He made good decisions and quick decisions on the ball. Perfect game for him, actually. And I was a little bit disappointed going into it. I'll be honest about Curtis not being in there, but seeing the press and the speed of which he had to move the ball, I thought it was the right decision. Because Curtis will keep the ball for you, but he takes a little bit longer to move the ball. So I felt like McAllister was an excellent decision with hindsight. And, you know, it wasn't hindsight from Slot, hindsight from me. I thought Toboso was excellent, as he always is, up and down, side to side. But everything was excellent apart from the free kicks. Vert worked really hard, tried to get himself involved a lot. Gakpo, couple of frustrating moments again for me, for Cody Gakpo. But, yeah, you know what? Second half was an absolute outlet for us. The long ball up to Cody Gakpo, yeah. And I think that's it, really, isn't it? I think they're the sort of players. Generally speaking, I think the performance was strong. I'd say if we'd have got a 0-0 and we'd have dug in like we dug in for that first half the whole way through, I'd feel so much worse than I do now. Right now, I think, you know what? We dug in. We earned the right to play football. And then we took control of the game and made, quite honestly, the best team in the country look a little bit toothless in the second half. And we should have given other teams hope that you can go toe-to-toe with Arsenal now. And maybe that makes it a little bit more difficult for them between now and the end of the season. So, yeah, feeling much better about things now. To weekend off for the Reds and Barnsley on Monday.